Hello, and welcome to Odds on FIFA Club World Cup. Great final on Sunday, MetLife Stadium, New Jersey, Chelsea, PSG. Both clubs have been the best in this tournament, and we have a big favorite. Leo is the best team in the world. There is no doubt about it. Now they have just to win the trophy and lift the fifth trophy this season. Of course, I'm talking about PSG. I'm talking about Luis Enrique's PSG, I must say. Hello, Leo.
Hello, Edu. Yes, absolutely. And we have to say, Luis Enrique's PSG, because we were talking before, it's just, you can absolutely see the hand of the manager all over this team, who is nowadays the best team in the world. They have shown that in the Champions League, and they're showing it as well in this FIFA Club World Cup, which is the first experience. And I have to say, after almost a month, after 62 games, there is only one left. It has been a very, very good experience, and I think it's here to stay, the Club World Cup.
I completely agree. I think it's been a great success. We've seen a lot of stadiums packed. We saw even MetLife Stadium is a huge stadium, and we've seen great games also, especially probably Al-Hilal Man City was my favorite one, or PSG Bayern Munich was also a great one, for instance. But we discovered also some teams that we are not used to see. And football is a global thing, no? And FIFA want to spread football all over the world. So we had the opportunity to enjoy teams from South Africa, from Egypt, from Korea, from Japan. So it's been great. Even from New Zealand, we saw Auckland City in this tournament. So cheers to FIFA, cheers to Infantino, and cheers to Leo, who also nailed his tips in the semifinals. Now, let's go now with the show. Please leave me your comments. Of course, who is going to leave the trophy? And don't forget to press the like and subscribe. And now, let's go on with the show. Well, Leo, first things is checking the outright market, or the 1x2 in this case. And we have PSG, big favorites, of course, 1.63. We cannot see other way that putting PSG as a favorite. I even think the odds are good enough to take PSG to win, because I cannot see any other scenario. If you are looking for a surprise, the draw is 4.5, Chelsea to win is 5.4, but PSG were impressive, Leo. We were thinking after the Champions League final, if they were hungry, if they were tired mentally, physically, after winning absolutely everything in this season. Well, the answer is no. They want to win also this trophy, and I cannot see any other scenario than PSG lifting the trophy and even winning comfortably, I would say, this game.
Absolutely comfortably against Real Madrid in a semi-final. It's a joy to watch them, Edu. I mean, how many teams you can think in the world that can make Real Madrid defend with 11 players almost in their own half? Well, there is only one, and that is PSG. How many teams can push two defensive mistakes, or can punish two defensive mistakes in a row? Well, only one, and that is PSG. Of course, the mistake, for example, on the second goal was all Rudiger. It was written Rudiger all over. But you have to provoke that mistake. You must be there to take the ball and the advantage when the mistake happens. And that is exactly what this PSG does. How many teams can score from build-up like PSG in the third goal? Not many. You could probably think Guardiola City at their best, but not many more. And actually, during the first half, I was actually thinking that not even at the height of Manchester City under Pep, take their best moment since Guardiola arrived 9 years ago. And I couldn't think of many games in which they have played better than PSG in those first 45 minutes against Real Madrid in the semi-final of this FIFA Club World Cup. It was just pure brilliance, absolute brilliance. I mean, Real Madrid had no idea what have hit them. Look, even Marquinhos, I don't know if you can remember, there was a passage of play, and Marquinhos, let me say, he has never been my favorite defender. Even now, if you ask me, give me quickly the best 5 center-backs in the world, and maybe Marquinhos won't come into my mind. But there was a moment when Valverde crossed the ball, first half, the game is 2-0 for PSG, and he chested the ball. He just did the ball at the front of the box with 2 or 3 Real Madrid players in close proximity. And he's the only player over 30 in this PSG squad in this club World Cup.
But Leo, every player is better than it was before
Yes.
Enrique's arrival. The manager said after in press conference that Mendes and Ashraf both were brilliant. They are the best left back and right back in the world. But every player, Fabian, Vitinha, even 𝗵𝗏𝗍𝗂, 𝗂𝒐, Dembélé, all of them are in their best form ever in their career.
Absolutely. Look, with Dembélé, I mean, I think Barcelona's supporters might be scratching their heads, thinking or saying, like, what happened? Which Dembélé we got? Look, when Messi was at PSG, the time of Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi together, and Vitinha was there, to be honest, the impression was that Vitinha didn't have the quality to be in that type of squad. I look at him now, the best center midfielder in the world. Fabian Ruiz, for me, is one of the most undervalued midfielders in the world. I just cannot believe that we are in the middle of the transfer market. The season is going to start everywhere in a month's time, and you don't hear his name to go here or there. Maybe because everyone knows that PSG won't let him go. I don't know.
Exactly.
But why his name is not there in the mix? And I absolutely agree. He's making better every single player. Yesterday, PSG did not miss 𝗵𝗏𝗀. And 𝗵𝗏𝗀 Marquinhos has been an outstanding center-back partnership. And Beraldo yesterday played a magnificent game. Yes, it's true. Real Madrid, I don't know, Edu, can you think of a very clear-cut situation for Madrid yesterday anyway or not?
Sorry?
No. Can you remember, can you think of a real clear-cut situation, real chance to score for?
No. I mean, it was a one-sided game. I've never seen a team that superior to the other teams, to be honest. And we've seen many champions, of course. We saw even Real Madrid winning 3 Champions League in a row. But there is a huge gap, I think, between PSG and the next one. I don't know who is the next one. I don't know if it's Barcelona. I don't know if it's Bayern Munich or Liverpool. But it's a huge gap. Probably Liverpool. And they were way better even in the Champions League tie.
Yeah.
They were very unlucky to lose the first leg. But they were the best team, again, against the second best team in Europe, probably Liverpool.
Yes, absolutely. And to be honest, that's the challenge, I guess, for Luis Enrique when we think going into the next season, to replicate it for a second season in a row. I mean, he has everything to do it. And why not PSG can dream of starting a small dynasty? I don't know if it's going to be the type of Real Madrid domination in Europe, but everything is there, and they have the money to keep improving the squad. You mentioned Nuno and Hakimi being mentioned by Luis Enrique as one of the best players in the game yesterday, and I couldn't agree more.
Hakimi was
you were telling me
the physical level also in July.
That's the thing as well. That's the thing, because we keep talking about the heat in this tournament, and something that FIFA should be looking at, thinking of the World Cup next year in Mexico, Canada, and the US. I know many of the decisions are based on television rights and what is going to be the kickoff time here or there, or especially in Europe. But, well, come on. I mean, if in Europe people will have to see the national team 2 hours later, well, they will have to. But we need to look after the players, or FIFA needs to look after the players in this regard. Yes, someone could point like, oh, come on, in Mexico, 1986, they were playing at 12 at midday under more than 30 degrees. Yes, it's true. But, I mean, why we cannot do things better instead of like saying this thing has done before? And but even despite this, PSG, it seems that they have like another notch physical level. I mean, because Hakimi could be running up to the 95th minute of the game, while yesterday, the game finished exactly at 90, and I like when referees make that decision, because there were a lot of changes. They could have said, okay, we're gonna add 2 or 3 more minutes, or 4 or 5. He said, Marciniak said, no, this is enough. For what? That's it. And he finished at the 90th. But Nuno Mendes was keep running after 80 minutes. Hakimi, it's just outstanding. I think for all the talent, and for all the football we can talk about this team, there is also physicality or physical level, which they are also as well above everyone else. We mentioned Dembélé. Yesterday he scored his 35th goal of the season, and for him to score in the final, Ousmane Dembélé to score anytime, it's 2.1, and it's something that we will take it with both hands, to be honest.
To assist is 4, Leo.
Well,
or to score
so
or assist is 1.57. I'm checking in Bet365, the next Golden Ball winner.
I will grab it. I will grab any of those, to be honest. And then you start thinking about Chelsea. You were mentioning
how to stop this PSG. That was my next question. If you're a Chelsea fan, of course, we saw even in social media in a great response, I think, from the Chelsea community manager to Flamingo's tweet when they lost to Flamingo. What are Chelsea fans? Well, Chelsea are really successful in this tournament, arriving to the final. It's true that they didn't have great or tough opposition. They had to beat, the Brazilian teams, but we suppose also that the European level was above the Brazilian one. And they beat Palmeiras, they beat Flu in the semi-finals. They are finishing the season with a trophy, conference, qualifying for the Champions League. Is a great first season, I would say, for Enzo Maresca, if we are putting the rates, Leo, at the end of the school. But how to compete against this PSG? Do you think Chelsea can put a fight, at least?
Well, listen, they haven't had to play or face a team like PSG in the whole season. But that's the beauty of football, because they don't need to do it every Sunday. They just need to do it once in a while, and they have to compete. And I don't see any scenario in which PSG will run riot like in the first half with Real Madrid. Taking that into account, if anyone is thinking of Chelsea, maybe a first half double chance could be an option, at least because I don't see the game open straight away as it happened with Real Madrid. And of course, the mistakes helped the game to open so quickly in the semi-final. But the double chance first half, Chelsea is hovering around 1.70. It's not something that I would personally take, but it's not bad, and I think it's a possible scenario. But then you start to think, how Chelsea is going to cope with all this. Yesterday, the fullbacks, Fran Garcia and Valverde, they were all the time, or mostly in the first half, always outnumbered. 2v1, 3v1, and that was because Vinicius, Mbappe, or Bellingham won't track back to help the fullbacks. And Chelsea will need Pedro Neto and 𝐿𝐿 ready for that. And I'm saying 𝐿𝐿 because I think Maresca will repeat the same team that they play against Fluminense if Caicedo is fit to play. If it's not 𝐿𝐿, then you have Madueke, who needs to be running back. And Madueke is not that type of player. He's never been in Chelsea, the one who's going to be tracking back all the time. He does it 1, 2, or 3 times in a game, but you cannot keep asking him to do it all the time. Then you're going to be thinking, but Chelsea is going to have the ball. I mean, PSG will be willing to let Chelsea touch the ball. Against Real Madrid, with the game 3-0, and after 40 minutes of play, the possession was 80-20 for PSG. But if we had at least a glimpse of how Chelsea could hurt this PSG, that is in transitions. Because yes, even though there were no 1v1s against Donnarumma in all game, there were situations in which Real Madrid had the chance to run. And well, if Chelsea gets the ball quickly, and Caicedo, if he plays again, I'm saying, because he got injured, he got a big knock in the ankle, and Maresca didn't want to confirm his presence on Sunday. But if Caicedo plays, you have him, you have Enzo, you have Cole Palmer, who are players who very, very quickly can send you a ball behind the defensive line and make you run again for 𝐿𝐿, for Pedro Neto, or for João Pedro. João Pedro is showing straight away the difference of what Chelsea can get with him in the team or with Liam Delap. Because with Palmeiras, he played 20 minutes, and straight away you could notice the difference, no? And with the Fluminense, his first start, 2 goals, the first one, an absolute beauty. but he can drop and play with Palmer, combining Palmer with Enzo. He can drop to the sides as well, allowing Neto an inside channel. He can drop actually from both sides, the left, the right. So it's a much more complete player, and I think he's going to give a lot to this Chelsea. João Pedro, I'm sorry, to score any time is also around 4. And the concern for Chelsea will be if 𝐿𝐭𝐴 cannot play, Edu. Romeo Lavia is still injured. He missed the last 2 games, and it's a shame because he can't keep himself fit. And every time he plays, he does it very, very well, Romeo Lavia. Against PSG, I believe the best combination will be actually 𝐿𝐭𝐴, Lavia, and Enzo in front of them. But if none of them makes it, then you're going to end up with Enzo and Andrei Santos against the mobility and the physicality of PSG, and you can be in absolute trouble. They both can create more than they can destroy, Andrei Santos and Enzo Fernandez. And then can Malo Gusto Enzo cope with 𝗵𝐶𝐿𝐴? I think in that battle, the Georgian has the upper hand. 𝗂𝒄𝒄𝒃 will be against 𝗀𝗏𝗏, and that should be an interesting battle. And I think I mentioned in the last show that for all the virtuosity of PSG, Paris is doing great defensively. Only 1 goal conceded in the tournament, and that was on match day 2 in the defeat with Botafogo. When you were telling me of PSG in the finals in this season as well.
Yeah, because, they won the Super Cup 1-0 against Monaco, the French Cup 3-0 against Reims. Okay, against Inter, they ran riot and 5-0. So I was checking actually the Asian handicap, for instance, Asian handicap minus 2.5. So Chelsea, PSG winning by 3 goals margin is 4.5, because right now I see a huge difference with any other team. And it could be a good option, Leo. Perhaps a bit risky, but I see a huge gap also between this PSG and this Chelsea, and I don't see any way of stopping them.
And if not also PSG to win 2-0, Edu, that is 275. It's not as big deals as the ones you mentioned, but still very, very good. PSG to win 2-0, 275. But as I was saying you before, I think... at the same time, we have to remember that, for example, against Bayern in the quarterfinals, that PSG did not concede was open to luck, to be honest, because Bayern had plenty of chances to score. They could even have a penalty in the dying moments of the game, which was called off by the VAR. And if there is something that this Chelsea team has, is goals in them, because Palmer can score, because Neto can score, Enzo arrives all the time to the box. So João Pedro has shown that he can score, that he can shoot. So I mean, I will leave that open, that or at least I wouldn't be this time 100% of thinking of PSG to win 2-0 in a final, as it has been the case this season.
The bookies expect both teams to score, Leo, because it's 1.6 both teams to score.
Yeah,
both teams to score no is 2.10.
So yes, the book is expecting then both teams to score with those odds, Edu. And after a month of this cup, Edu, and going into the final, my take for this Chelsea PSG, both teams to score yes. I'm taking that route. Both teams to score yes, combined with PSG to lift the trophy. Those two together, odds of 2.12.
Well, I think in this video it's pretty clear that we love PSG, that we love what Luis Enrique is doing. He was saying that he had the opportunity to work for 2 years in this project. I think he's really proud of what he's done with PSG, even more than lifting the Champions League with Barcelona and having Neymar, Luis Suarez and Messi at that time, because this is an author's team. He's doing whatever he wants, and he's doing it brilliantly. Right now is the best team in the world, and Leo as well expect to see them lifting the trophy, but with both teams to score. In this case, any other tip, any other thing, Leo, that we should take in consideration when betting in this game on Sunday?
Well, the goals over 2.5 market as well, Edu. Although, as I said, I do not expect the trashiness with Madrid. Goals over 2.5 are not quite bad. I mean, I don't know why okay, they are hovering around 1.6, which is at least a good start. Goals over 2.5. For those thinking that we have 3 or 5, 4 or more goals. Goals over 3.5, you have it on 2.55, and then the individual markets are giving us good value, I would say, and I repeat, 𝗵𝗵𝗍𝗂 to score anytime at 2.1 is a good one, Edu.
Okay, Leo, it's been a pleasure analyzing with you this FIFA Club World Cup. Probably, hopefully, in 4 years we have again this tournament because we've been enjoying it a lot. And this is it, Leo. Thanks, everyone.
Same. I enjoyed a lot.
Exactly.
Enjoyed a lot as well. It's been a pleasure.
Great in this early summer watching football. So guys, let me know in the comments, of course, who are you backing. It's the last opportunity as well to participate in our tipster competition for this FIFA Club World Cup. But of course, during the summer, you can create your own tipster competitions in Rivals. And for instance, Champions League have already started. We are seeing the previews with teams from Andorra, with teams from San Marino. So there is a chance for you to create your own tipster league with your friends, thanks to Rivals. Well, Leo, enjoy the summer. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you.